The economy of Mauritius refers to the economic activity of the island nation of Mauritius. Overview. Since independence in 1968, Mauritius has developed from a low-income, agriculturally based economy to a middle-income, diversified economy with growing industrial, financial, and tourist sectors. For most of the period, annual growth has been in the order of 5% to 6%. This compares very favorably with other sub-Saharan African countries and is largely due to sustained progress in economic conditions. Between 1977 and 2008, growth averaged 4.6% compared with a 2.9% average in sub-Saharan Africa. Also important is that it has achieved what few fast-growing economies achieve: a more equitable income distribution, and inequality fell from 45.7 to 38.9 between 1980 and 2006. This remarkable achievement has been reflected in increased life expectancy, lowered infant mortality, and a much improved infrastructure. Sugarcane is grown on about 90% of the cultivated land area and accounts for 25% of export earnings. The government's development strategy centers on expanding local financial institutions and building a domestic information telecommunications industry. Mauritius has attracted more than 9,000 offshore entities, many aimed at commerce in India and South Africa, and investment in the banking sector alone has reached over $1 billion. Mauritius, with its strong textile sector, has been well poised to take advantage of the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act. Mauritius has attracted $10.98 billion in foreign direct investment inflows. Top sectors attracting FDI inflows from Mauritius are electrical equipment, telecommunications, fuels, cement and gypsum products and services sector. With a well-developed legal and commercial infrastructure and a tradition of entrepreneurship and representative government, Mauritius is one of the developing world's most successful democracies. The economy has shown a considerable degree of resilience, and an environment already conducive to dynamic entrepreneurial activity has moved further toward economic freedom. The island's institutional advantages are noticeable. A transparent and well-defined investment code and legal system have made the foreign investment climate in Mauritius one of the best in the region. Taxation is competitive and efficient. The economy is increasingly diversified, with significant private sector activity in sugar, tourism, economic processing zones, and financial services, particularly in offshore enterprises. The government is trying to modernize the sugar and textile industries, which in the past were overly dependent on trade preferences, while promoting diversification into such areas as information and communications technology, financial and business services, seafood processing and exports, and free trade zones. Agriculture and industry have become less important to the economy, and services, especially tourism, accounted for over 72% of GDP. The government still owns utilities and controls imports of rice, flour, petroleum products, and cement. Policies for success: heterodox liberalization and diversification, concerted strategy of nation building, strong and inclusive institutions, high levels of equitable public investment. Heterodox liberalization and diversification. Mauritius has followed a pragmatic development strategy in which liberalization process was sequenced and tailored to its competitive advantages and weaknesses. The export-orientated approach has encouraged liberalization, supported by strong state involvement as a facilitator, as operator, and as regulator. Strategies were evidence-based and adapted according to results. There has been consistency and stability, regardless of which political party is in power. Liberalization occurred in phases that were initiated to build on advantages the economy enjoyed on the international market. 1970s. Mauritius profited from sugar rents, established an export processing zone (EPZ) and successfully attracted capital and foreign investment in manufacturing. 1980s-1990s. EPZ expanded and led to a significant increase in foreign direct investment and tourism. Preferential access to sugar and clothing markets amounted to 7% of GDP in the 1980s and 4.5% in the 1990s. Capital and current accounts were liberalized, contributing to an investment and employment boom, and the high inflow of FDI brought with it managerial skills. 1990s 2010. Further diversification, liberalization and investment. Concerted strategy of nation-building. A concerted strategy of nation-building since independence created the foundations for sustained growth. Partnerships across ethnic groups allowed economic redistribution to be negotiated, and the resulting better balance of economic and political power allowed strong and independent institutions. The emerging political system encouraged a consultative approach to policy formation that allowed strategies for growth to be continued regardless of changes in the parties in power. Strong and inclusive institutions. Strong institutions are critical in ensuring countries' competitiveness, economic resilience and stability. They have supported development strategies and ensured that export earnings are reinvested in strategic and productive sectors. In the financial sector, they have built a regulated and well-capitalized banking and financial system that protected it from toxic assets prior to the 2008 global financial crisis. Corruption law. Mauritius ranks 46th out of 182 countries in Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index for 2011, third in Africa. Mauritius is one of Africa's least corrupt countries. In 2002, the government adopted the Prevention of Corruption Act, which led to the setting up of an independent commission against corruption a few months later. The ICAC has the power to detect and investigate corruption and money laundering offences and can also confiscate the proceeds of corruption and money laundering. Corruption is not seen as an obstacle to foreign direct investment. High levels of equitable public investment. Mauritius has a strong human capital foundation developed through consistent and equitable investment in human development. This enabled Mauritius to exploit advantages, learn from expertise brought in through FDI, and maintain competitiveness in a fast-evolving international market. Education and health services are free and have been expanded in recent years, in order to create further employment opportunities and ensuring inclusive growth. The educated and adaptable workforce were essential elements of 1980s export-orientated growth. Around 90% of entrepreneurs in the export processing zone and in the manufacturing sector were Mauritian nationals. Business people had the human capital, education and knowledge needed to exploit market opportunities. Financial services. Mauritius provides an environment for banks, insurance and reinsurance companies, captive insurance managers, trading companies, ship owners or managers, fund managers and professionals to conduct their international business. The economic success achieved in the 1980s engendered the rapid growth of the financial services sector in Mauritius. The following types of offshore activities can be conducted in Mauritius: offshore banking, offshore insurance, offshore funds management, international financial services, operational headquarters, international consultancy services, shipping and ship management, aircraft financing and leasing, international licensing and franchising, international data processing and information technology services, offshore pension funds, international trading, international assets management, international employment services, macroeconomic statistics, household income or consumption by percentage share, distribution of family income, Gini index, 39 agriculture products, sugarcane, tea, corn, potatoes, bananas, pulses, cattle, goats, fish, industrial production growth rate, 8% electricity production, 1,836 gigawatt-hours electricity consumption, 1,707 gigawatt-hours oil consumption, 21,000 barrels, D 21,000 barrels, D current account balance $1,339 million, $799.4 million reserves of foreign exchange and gold, $2,797 billion, $2,601 billion. 2013 Index of Economic Freedom rank equals 8th exchange rates.